for the other input in it, something like that.
Okay. Which one are we talking about now? Are we talking about
the front legs?
Oh, the front legs. Let's have a look.
Yeah, the class started, Jackie. It's in your emails. There's a link in your email.
Yeah, but let me just. I think I can just open the class 3 starting point, and then it should have that in there. There's 2 starting points. Which one do I choose? I don't know. Probably that one. Okay. Oh no. Oh, I'm not showing my screen, am I?
Nope.
Sorry.
Good.
You seeing it now?
Nope.
Share.
Not yet.
Share. Screen or window? Screen. Okay, you should be seeing the whole screen.
Yeah,
but as you can see, my Maya is having an issue because I've been working with Unreal stuff, so I have to make sure that it's Y up, and then I'm gonna have this issue. My camera's gonna be crazy. Actually, no, it's fine, I think. But if you have that, you can just press home, and it's gonna reset your camera. There you go. So front leg, right? So if you go to, if you just select this and go to Node Editor. Oh, look, it already highlighted it. Oh, I guess this one doesn't have it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one multiply divide. But we did it for the other one. I just don't remember what you did for the second.
Yeah, it's nicer if you have it. That's the only thing. So if you want to have it, you just add another multiply divide, right? Oh, not multiply, sorry. Multiply divide. And then you just plug this in here. You just multiply it by 0.5. And you just plug it there, and that should do it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect.
It's just basically halving it. So then when you have 0.5, it's actually 0.25, but that's, it's just nicer.
Yeah, gotcha. Thank you so much.
That's it. Yeah. So there's some people waiting in the lobby.
Email. It's in your email.
What's in my email? Like VFS
no,
email?
Sorry. I'm just talking. No, I'm talking to people. They can't find like the meeting because you send out the email, like the link in the email. Some people are confused.
Yeah. How do other people do that?
Like there is a channel that you can use in our. If you go to your Teams, there should be. Do you have access to the 3D 170 like class? The
Possibly.
But
Yeah.
Just you can just like pick one of the channels and just do your meetings there, and everybody can join.
I'm just not that good at Teams, unfortunately.
I could also put the Teams link in the Discord.
Is that what it is? Oh, there is some conversation here. No, that's the class chat. Okay, never mind. Final class. You know what?
Wait. I can show you.
I'm gonna. You know what? Oh, you want me to? Okay, fine.
If you want to.
I will. Okay. If you want to, let's see.
Well, people are trying to join.
Right.
Yeah. So this is press all teams on the top left. You say on top of it says all teams. Okay. Now 3D 170.
Yeah.
There. Now you can like start a meeting in the general chat, for example.
Oh.
Yeah, and then everybody can just join without having you having to send out an email with the link and all of that.
Okay, I see. So if I just do general but then let's start the post, or I could just meet now. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I could also post the link here, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that would make it easier. Yeah.
Well, I'll just post that thing here. There. It's like, let's just do it. So just copy link, and then there's like 2 windows.
But the thing is, if you do the meeting in like general, it just helps it with organizing it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do it next time, but right now I'll just do it here. How about that?
Yeah.
Class meeting link.
I can ask Josh as well. He can, I think, create like a channel for you.
Or do you want me to? Yeah, maybe I'll just,
Yeah. I'll ask him to do that for next time.
Okay.
For Jeff.
Is that working for you, or do you want me to switch to this meeting here?
I think everybody's
okay?
good with that.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's okay. Thank you guys for showing me this magic stuff. All right. So what's the plan for today? Let's see. So today we're supposed to talk about spine and rib hierarchy. So we did the legs, but we didn't touch the spine. And so today we're going to learn the spine. And we're going to learn about ribbons and follicles, which is my favorite way of building the spines. Because I never liked the IK spline. I mean, it's fine, but I feel like it's an overkill for what people need usually. And here you get free twist and free stretch, which is cool. And then we'll rig the neck, and we'll rig the rib hierarchy, and then we do some skinning in the end if we have time. If we don't have time, we're going to push it to the next class. But let's see. We're not going to rush it. It's important, so whatever. It depends how it goes. All right, so after the previous class, we should have our 4 legs somewhat rigged. There's a little bit of a mess here in the hierarchy. So where do we start with the spine? So as I said, ribbon. And ribbon basically is a surface that's driving the joints. So in order to make a surface, we need to, first of all, know where we want to put it, and we need something else to make a surface. I don't know if you ever made a surface in Maya. We're talking about not like a polygons, we're talking about NURBS. So it's not really something that's used these days too often, but it's actually quite powerful. So we have a spine here, right? We have like 4 joints or something like that. We have hips and chest. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a curve from the hips to the chest. So if we want to make a curve in Maya, you can just go to Curve Tools, EP Curve Tool. That's one of the ways. You can click on this option menu here, and then basically you can just reset your settings, and that way you're going to have the same settings as me.
So can you show where that is one more time?
It's in Curve Tools, EP Curve Tool. There, this one, right? And so now you're in a drawing mode, and you can zoom in onto the hip joint, and if you hold V and click here, it's going to make a little X, and that's like your first point of the curve. It's quite small, but you should probably see it. And then we're just going to hold V and click on the next joint, and you see it keeps on drawing that curve here. I don't know if, I can see it better with this background. And you just keep on clicking on the joints, and it keeps on drawing. Hold V so it snaps, and then you can just do it all the way to the chest. And then once you're done, you're just going to press enter, and that is your curve. So you see there's a curve there. Like, if I hide the skeleton, there's a curve, right? So that's the curve we need to make a surface. But to make a surface, you need more than one curve. You need 2 of them. They're like kind of like rails. So we're going to move this surface a little bit to the side, like maybe 0.5 or minus 0.5. And then we're just going to duplicate it using Control D. And the duplicated one is going to be on the other side. So we're going to have minus 0.5 and 0.5. So we have 2 surfaces, 2 curves. See what I mean? And they're going from the hips to the chest. So that's a good start for the surface. Now, if you want to make a surface, then you need to go to under modeling to surfaces and loft. And loft also maybe reset settings there, because I don't know what you have. Sometimes Maya remembers your previous settings. So surfaces loft reset, and it's going to make a surface for you. If you press 5, you're going to see it. Now, sometimes the surface will come out like upside down, which means like it's going to be black like this. And the bottom will be gray. So if that happens, you can just go under surfaces and just go to reverse direction. And I will flip it upside down. So you know you're going to have something like this. And then once you're done with it, you can just delete those curves.
Wait, where's reverse again? Where's reverse again? Sorry.
Reverse is under surfaces, reverse direction. But you need to be in the modeling tab, like here. Right?
I had one question.
Yeah.
Mine is like sort of transparent. It doesn't have that like actually...
Okay, so if you press 5 on your keyboard, like, because if you press 4, you're in wireframe mode, but 5 will. Is that helping you?
There's one person who wants to be let into the meeting, please.
Which person?
Oh, yeah. Apparently, it's multiple people.
I don't see them.
Really?
Yeah, I only see organizer and everyone's in. Are they not joined? It's not showing.
They might have joined a different meeting by accident. I'll check in with them.
Okay. So, I mean, does that help you, or is it still transparent?
It's sort of still transparent. So
could be the X-ray.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Disable the X-ray, and then you're gonna be fine. Yeah. Just
So
do
it's supposed to
X-ray
be
joints.
Yeah.
Don't do X-ray. Yeah.
It's supposed to be gray on top, right?
Yeah. If it's black, it's upside down, so it's not gonna. It's not a big deal, but it's annoying, right? Oh, now the people are joining. See, we have the people joining. Cool. So we should name this. We should name it ribbon or spine. Spine, ribbon surface, SFC. There you go. So we have a ribbon surface. Very cool, right? Now what? Now the question is, how do we attach the joints to the surface? That's the question. And we should also save. So Control-S to
Wait,
save
do we
it.
still need the curves? The curves, or do we delete them?
I deleted them because if you don't delete them, they kind of sit in the memory in a way. So like, look at that. If you don't delete them, if you move them, it's still it's, you know what, it's live. You know what I mean?
I see. All right.
So once you delete them, it kind of gets baked down. And you could just name it ribbon surface. Spine ribbon surface. Name it spine. So now how do you attach those joints to the surface, right? Because the surface, you can modify the surface. If you press F8 on it, it has CVs, and it's really smooth when you move it around. You see what I mean? If you rotate them, it twists. It's kind of nice, right? So it's kind of like a good candidate for a spine. But you need to be able to attach the joints to it. So back in the day, people were making NURB models out of those surfaces because it was super smooth, and that was the stuff. The polygons were not that powerful because you couldn't handle too many of them. So people were making hair, and when they were making hair, they were attaching the hair to that surface. So if you go to FX, you can go to N hair, and you can do create hair. And you can click on this, and then when you do that, you can make a bunch of hair. Now, how many joints do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4 in the spine. So we should make 4 hair and V1. So like it's kind of like 4 along and 1 across. And then you just say create hairs, and it's just gonna make hairs like this, right? And then when you like, you can do something like this for fun, like just do 1,000 frames, and then you can play, and it's gonna simulate. Right, but it's simulating too fast because we don't have the right setting here, but you know, that's what it is. So those hair, they're attached to that surface. So
Excuse me.
If you move
Can you
that
show us how you did
surface-
the hair again?
Yeah, but
please?
look at that. You see?
Ew.
Yeah, so they're attached. But how do you make them, right? So again, FX, and hair, create hair in there, in the option box. Now here you have some options. So the mainly, like by the default, is like 8, 8, right? So if you just do 8, 8, it's just gonna make a whole bunch of them, but we don't need that many. We just want as many as we have joints in the spine. So like 4 times 1, that's gonna make it like that. Okay. So now, yeah, it's really cool and whatnot, but we are not really gonna use that. We only want to use this attachment thing, and this attachment thing is this small little dot here. You can't really select it, but it's a follicle. So basically, you're just gonna delete everything. Like we're gonna delete all the hair, delete that guy, the hair system, delete the nucleus, and this is gonna stay because those little red dots are what's attaching it. Like those are called follicles. So you can rename them as well. Spine follicle group. And then you have this, no, they numbered from here, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go from this side and I'm going to name it spine 01 follicle, fall. And this one's going to be spine 02. And this one is going to be spine 03.
Wait, can you just show the hair again real quick?
Sure.
Effect, we go into effects and then in hair. Then
yeah, so you go to in hair, create hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then those are your settings here. Or if you have 5 joints, you'll do more.
Wait, so we don't create it right immediately. We change the settings and then create it. Right?
Yeah, you got to change the settings because otherwise it's going to make too many.
Yeah, it just almost like, holy shit, what is that? Okay, so what are the settings for?
Leave the V count at 1, or else you're going to make like 10,000 of them.
Okay, thank you.
Exactly.
And paint effect. Okay, everything else is the same, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter because we're going to delete it anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
And then you just do it and look at that, right?
Okay.
But then we have to delete it all except for the follicles.
So I have one question. Why did you add 4? Was it because you said we have 4 joints?
Well, yeah, because I'm going to attach this joint, this joint, this joint, and this joint. There's 4 of them. If you have 5, then you'll make 5.
Okay, gotcha.
Right?
And then delete those. Okay.
Yeah, then you just delete it.
You want us to delete the nucleus in the hair?
Yeah, delete the whole thing except for follicles. Like you're just going to keep those.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then you just rename it to like spine follicles group. And you have, well, then you got to name them so they kind of match the names of the joints. So that one is going to be spine 01 fall because that's the closest to this joint, which is like a spine 01, right? So I don't know what's yours, but make sure that they're close and that they're named properly. But then you will notice that there is a little bit of a offset. Like they're not exactly where the joints are, right? So we need to fix that. But you know, this is not something that you can just move. And also you might want to just rearrange them with the middle drag. So like, you know, the one is at the top. If you have something like this, you can just do this with middle drag. So now they're arranged more like in order. And now how do you move them? Well, you can't really move them with translation. You can adjust those parameter U and parameter V. And like parameter V is like moving very fast if you do middle drag and it's moving from one side to the other. And parameter U is moving that way, but it's way too fast. But then I discovered that if you hold control, it's going to be moving slower. But then I discovered if you hold control shift, it's going to be moving even slower if you middle drag. So you can just move it exactly to that right place.
So
see what I mean?
Hold control shift and then do
and
the
middle drag.
parameter U. Okay.
Yeah.
And the parameter U.
Yeah, because parameter V is like this, so you don't really want to move it.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Also,
and
can
do-
you let there's someone wanting to be let into the meeting. I can hear him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. No, there's not.
No,
I don't see anyone.
my bad.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe they confused joining the
Where
wrong
do I
meeting.
middle drag again?
Huh?
Where do I middle drag again?
So if you select a follicle, you have to be in attribute editor. So Control 8, because you don't want to be here, you want to be here. You go to this parameter U, and then you can middle drag, but it's too fast. So you Control Shift, and if you middle drag, and then look, now it's like,
Oh, it's working. Thank you so much.
yeah, you can control it now. So you want
It
it
does-
exactly at the
It
spot. So
doesn't
you
work
will
for me.
you will kind of realize that the values are kind of suspicious. So it's like, what is it? It's like 0.8, 0. Wait, what? Why is it 14.9? That's wrong. Anyway, it should be 0.6. There you go. See, now it's here. So it's like my step is 0.2 because this surface has values from 0 to 1, and every section has like, there's 5 sections. If you divide by 5, you're going to have 0.2. So you can just do this like that way, or you can just eyeball it. But either way, you want those joints exactly where those follicles are. Sorry, opposite. Follicles where the joints are. So like this. So like one is overlapping with this joint, and then, see what I mean? Like this.
For some reason, I cannot do the dragging. What is the number that you said we have to change it to?
Well, you can just kind of try it, but basically step size is 0.2. So
Mhm.
if you do, like my starts from, for some reason, my 1 is this way. I don't know if this is your 1 or 0, but like, you know, like this surface has this kind of direction. So you need to, it goes from 0 to 1, and basically you have to split it in 5 or 4 parts,
Mm.
right?
No, I
So
think
you can
mine's
try
working.
like, but basically my step is 0.2.
Mhm.
Is it
Okay.
working?
I can change the number, but I still can't do the middle mouse button drag on the number for some reason.
So if you click on this parameter and middle drag, it doesn't.
Oh, on this on the viewer, you mean?
You gotta click on
Oh,
the
okay, yeah, I got it.
highlighted, right? Like, yeah, then it's gonna.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then
no,
hold Control Shift because otherwise it's too fast.
yeah, no, I was trying to drag on the parameter, like on the channel box. I
Oh
wasn't
no,
doing it
no.
on the viewer.
I think you gotta click on the here, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so now we align them. They're still not attached. So how do you attach the joints to the follicles, right? That's the question. Like you can do many techniques here, but you know, it sounds like we're interested in both rotation and translation here. So let's select the first follicle and then the closest joints to it, which is this one. And we can go under rigging, constrain parent. And we can do the parent with offset. And now it's attached. So the joint has to have blue channels. Then you can do the second one. Select the follicle first, then the joint second, and constrain parent. And then you can do the third one. The follicle, the joint, constrain parent. And the last one, follicle joint, constraint parent. So that's what you do. And now if you start moving the surface around, you will notice that those joints will be following it. You know what I mean? So like you got yourself some kind of a deformation. Now this one might not be acting right, but this one's not attached, so don't worry about it. But the ones that are attached are following quite well.
I think the follicle system is really interesting, but why is this different from just selecting the joints themselves and adding a locator?
Because like when you have like 30 joints and you want like a nice and smooth deformation with twisting, it's gonna be hard to achieve with just a locator. Like you need something to drive those joints. And it's also, we haven't finished yet. We need to build like controls for the spine, right? So that's going to be the next step. And you'll see, like, you know, when you have like a lot of joints, you just basically simplify and like it makes a nice deformation. So let's make like a big joint.
I
Yeah,
have
what's
one
up?
question. So now I did the thing with I constrained the follicles to the joints.
No, joints to follicles.
Yeah, joints to follicles. Like you select the follicles first and then the joints, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did that for all the joints, and
Yeah.
but like now I'm not able to move the follicles. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's fine. You shouldn't be moving follicles. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Sorry, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes.
There's a request in the chatting. Can you check it?
There is a.
No.
There's
What
a
is?
question,
The
a request.
team's chatting. There's a request to.
Files has been deleted after the recent events. Is there a chance for me to get project file from where we left off last in order to follow the lesson? Can someone show it to the teacher? I can't. I don't have a mic. Okay. What happened? Why are the
Got
files
hacked.
deleted?
Barack's VFS account got hacked.
Oh, no way. That's horrible. Okay, I can send him privately. I'm not going to send to all of you guys. Is that okay?
Okay.
Is he on Discord?
I think so.
Let's see. Well, can you just like reach out to me privately? For that? Yeah.
Oh, there we go. It says Yerim is waiting in the lobby.
Who's waiting? Oh, someone is. There you go. Just popped up. Yeah. So if you reach out privately, I'll send you the file over Discord. How does that sound? Doesn't have a. Is that him? Who is this? No, that's Grace. Never mind. Okay, I'll do it when the time comes. Oh, that's you. Okay, well then, message. How do I send you a file? I guess I'll have to add you as a friend, huh? Oh my God, I'm horrible with this. Okay, perfect. So I can just send it to you, can't I? How do I know it's not a hacked person? What if it's a hacker? Okay.
Oh no, they're going to get access to a Maya file.
I know this. We don't want that, do we? Okay. It's just basically gonna be this. Okay, sent. Don't use it for nefarious purposes. Okay, so let's make big joints now. So how can we make big joints? Well, we can use this tool, for instance. We can just click here and make a joint. Boom. Oh, it's not too big. That's sad. Oh, we can just change the radius to 10, so it's going to be bigger. There you go. And we're going to make it red. There you go. There's the big joint in the hips. That's cool, right? Yeah, we probably want to zero out the rotates. We don't care for the rotates. So there's that joint. We can duplicate it and make one for the chest. Snap it there. And then we need one more.
Can you show the creation of the joint again? Also, I want to know how I can test whether or not the follicle is moving the joints, because
Yeah,
I don't know how to move the follicles right now.
Yeah, so you can click on the surface and press F8.
Click on the surface and press a face. I don't know why,
F8.
but I cannot press a face right now. It doesn't allow me to.
F8,
No, well, can
the key.
you click?
F8, okay.
Can you click this then instead? That's basically the same.
Can I click what? Click this?
This is the same as F8. It's a button that does the same thing.
Right, I clicked F8, but it's not showing me like any sort of controls where I can
No.
like,
Oh. Well, then
move it around.
maybe something with your Maya setting, it doesn't show the CVs, so you might need to go into here and just make sure you have this enabled.
Okay, I go to show. I go to viewport. Yeah, everything is a CVC is enabled.
It's not showing in the viewport though still?
No, I just cannot move the ribbon no matter what.
No, but you gotta select the points. You see what I mean?
Select the points.
Yeah, can you do that?
Sometimes
So I
they
press-
appear underneath the ribbon for whatever reason.
So
Yeah.
I press F9, right?
Or F8, yeah, and then you just select them. And I think
How
you
do
can
you
press
move the points?
press W and just move them.
What? I can't do that for some reason.
No, you're not. Why not?
May I screen share?
Sure.
Wait, I don't think we have permission to screen share. Cena's here. Yo. What's up? I
Wait,
pressed
what?
W, but ain't working.
It's working? Oh, it's
No,
not
it's not working.
working.
It's not working. It's not working.
You press W and you're moving and it's not moving. Could you selected them though? Did you marquee select?
There you go. Now you see.
Oh, okay. Select joints, not
Yeah.
faces. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Is it moving or not?
yeah. Now it's moving because I'm selecting like vertices now, not faces.
Oh yeah, don't select faces.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
just select
faces. Faces
this.
didn't work.
No,
Just
no.
vertices.
Those are
work.
not faces. This is a NURBS, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so we got that sorted out. Now big joints, how to make them? Well, you can make them with the tool or you can just make them with the mel. Just type in joint, and then you can just move it up and snap it to that one, and then change the radius to 10. And there's your big joint, you see what I mean? So I make one for the hip and I make one for the chest. And I want to make one for the belly, but I don't really have a belly joint, so I'm just gonna kind of put it in the middle there. Somewhere like in between those two. Eyeballing. Eyeballing is fine for this. How's that? Looks great, right? There you go. So now you should name them because, it's important to name things. So spine, hip joint. Spine, belly joint. And, oh no, that's a chest, sorry. Chest, and that's belly. Belly, there you go, and you can move it, and now you have a nice hierarchy of joints. Hip, belly, chest, there you go. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, so now that we have those 3 joints, you're probably wondering why do we have them. So let's save it, and we can select all 3 of them. And we can shift click on that ribbon. Okay. And then we can go to skin. Oh, someone's in the lobby. So we select the 3 joints and the surface, and now we can go to skin, bind skin. And in there, you want to just reset all your skinning settings. There you go. And now you can just say apply.
So we only need 3 joints for this?
Yeah, just 3 and the ribbon. Because those are like the driver joints. Those are not the deformation joints. So look now, when you grab any of the big joints and move it around, you're going to have this. It's moving the surface. You see what I mean?
Can you do the binding one more time?
Yeah, so you select the 3 big joints. Then you go skin bind skin, and you just reset settings. So it's about selecting and then about binding. Okay.
Well, what are this? Wait, let me just reset the settings and then just do it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go for it, and then when you move one of them, it should be deforming the whole thing.
There's a runtime error.
Oh, with what you selected? Did you select 3 joints and the surface?
Yes. Hold on, let me do it again.
You gotta make sure you have things selected, because if you don't have it selected, and also reset the settings, okay? Because if you don't, it might fail.
Currently, I'm having an issue called runtime error. Error occurred during
But what
execution
does it say?
of val script.
Oh, really?
So apply. It doesn't do anything.
No. You made joints. You gotta make like actual joints, not controlled, not curves.
Oh, he made controls. Yeah, that
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be
he
confusing, because then when you have
Just
just
type
okay.
down
Sorry.
type joint.
Yeah, so this is not a joint.
Yeah. Don't have anything selected. Just click here.
See, like this is a control. You wanna
Joint. No,
make
no.
the joint.
Okay. I'll make the joint. Yeah, sorry.
And then you can make the joint big by scanning its radius. Okay. Okay, there you go. So there you go. So now this deforms it. Okay. Very cool. So now we're seeing some issues here. First of all, the issue is that when we move this one, the hip doesn't follow, you see? And when we move that one, the chest doesn't follow. So we want it to follow 1-to-1. So what can we do? So we basically need to bolt this one to the big one. So first you select the big one, then you select the small one inside, and you go constrain parent. And now when you do that, when you move this big one only, you will see how it's attached.
Wait. Right now when I'm moving, the one at the chest, only one of my legs is moving. Like the right leg is moving and not the left one.
Oh, the legs are not supposed to be moving.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, so maybe you didn't do those guys. Because if you did those guys, the legs should not be moving. You need to make sure that all of those guys are there.
They're there. Like I have the control set up, but it's still moving.
Weird. Because did you point constrain all those like hip joints to those controllers?
Oh, I might have missed one.
Yeah, you might have missed one. So if you missed one, it's just gonna be behaving weirdly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I fix it later, or do I have to fix it?
Yeah. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's
Okay.
not a blocker.
Okay.
So now we're gonna do the same thing for the chest one, because you see how the chest is not following.
Sorry, I had to dip out for about a minute. Did you change any settings with the bind skin controls before you?
Just resetting it, just resetting it, because if you don't reset it, it will not work probably, because the heat map, whatever the technique, is not working on the curves.
Mm-hmm. And
so
that's
you gotta
it?
make sure you're using. Yeah, I just reset it, so it's easiest. And then you can bind it, and then now they're gonna be moving, but you gotta make sure that they are bolted on. So like, for example, this is not following, right? So you're gonna select the big one and the small one inside and go constrain parent. And now when you move it, you'll see how it's following 1-to-1.
Oh,
Same
okay.
with the hip. Yeah, do that for the hip too. Now this belly is fine because belly doesn't have anything in the middle.
Can you do the hip again?
Yes, you select the hip and then
Big one?
the small one inside with shift and constrain parent. And that will do it.
Okay, that wasn't so bad. Thanks.
No, that's not too hard. Right?
You do the maintain offset for them, right?
Yeah, always. Yeah, because I always gonna snap or something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So big one first, small one
And a
second.
small one
and-
inside. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And then now when you show the geo, well, that's the thing. We don't really have controls. Those are just joints. So if you go like X-ray joints, you will see them, but you don't want that. Animators don't want to animate joints. And this is not really working too well because the legs are not following it. So we need to make controls now. So that's the next layer of things we got to do. So we're going to select those 3 big joints. And we're going to go to the rigging tool and make a bunch of squares like that. Now those squares, they will appear inside. They'll be very small. So you can select them by pressing F8 again and dragging across, and you got all the components. You hold R, press R and scale them, but you see how they're scaling. They're kind of flying away, right? So that's not good. So you want to just hold R and left click and go scale center object. And now that will allow you to scale them all together like this while they're still maintaining their
You
center.
hold down Control Shift and right click, right?
No, like you hold R and left click, and then you go R and left click, and you go scale center, and you go object. That.
Okay.
It changed it in Maya 2025. Before it was scale object center checkbox. Now there is 3 options. Those bastards. Now we can do rotation. So if you hold E and rotate, you see the same problem, right? But if you hold E and left click, rotate center object, and then you can now rotate all 3 of them. But now you kind of want to rotate them 90 degrees, but it's kind of free rotate. So you want to hold J, and J will do like a step rotate like this, and you can just make 90 degrees like this. See what I mean? It's really cool. And then it's just a matter of remodeling it. So you just, you want to make it nicer. So you grab those CVs and move them down. Maybe that. And then you can just grab those and move them down. Depends how far. Yeah, maybe like this. And same for this. Maybe scale it out a little bit so it's bigger. There you go. And so those are our controllers. So I don't know what the good color is for those. Whoa, that tool opens like crazy. Maybe blue? I don't know. How about blue? Can make blue. Can also, they're kind of small. So if you want to, you can go to extra attributes, and there is this like line width. You can set it to 2. It's going to make it thicker like that, or 3. See, like now they're really visible. You can do it for all of them, but maybe be selective. There you go.
How do you make them thicker?
You just have to go to extra attributes and just line width. Right? And you can just name it. This is like a hip control. This is a belly control. And this is a chest control. So here we have them. Okay. And now, what do we do when we make controls? We name them, we color them. What else we do? We do other things, right? Important things.
Sorry, I'm still tidying things up.
We're trying to all catch up.
So the thing, yeah, so like, well, that's cool. But the thing that so like when you're making controls, first of all, place them where they should be. Make sure their whatever orientations are the way you want them to be. For those, I just think they should all be zeroed, so that's cool. Space the controls. We made that script during last class, right? So you just press it and boom, they're all spaced. Cool. So it makes those groups. Now, you want to make sure that those controllers, that they are driving your big joints. So how can you do that? You have the controllers, you have the big joints. So what you're going to do is select the controller, select the joint, and go constrain parent again. A lot of parent constraining. Controller, joint, constrain parent. And you can do the same for the last one. And now, when you move the controller, it moves the joint, right? Looks weird. Look at that. It doesn't look too good, right? Some issues we have to sort out, but it's getting somewhere. So yeah, that's basically what I want you to do if you can. And the next thing would be making sure that the legs are following the controllers, because they're not. So I don't want to rush, but whenever you're ready, we'll make the legs follow. Let me know if you have any questions.
Just constrain, like parent constrained the control to the joints, the big ones, right? With offset and all that.
Yes, so you select the control, you select the joint, and you go constrain parent.
Gotcha.
Right. So now, the legs, how do we make the legs follow? So like, we have this, but we also have those guys. We have them for a reason. So you should select the hips controllers and drag them inside this main hip controller. Like with middle drag, you can just put them inside like that, and then look at that. Now you're gonna have hip controller and two hip joints inside hip controllers. And then look, now when you move it, it's moving together. You see what I mean? Look at that. Right? It's better. It's not great because there's issues that we're gonna solve, but it's better. Look at that. You can stretch them like a wiener dog. There you go. And then same applies for the chest. We need to put the shoulder controllers. So if you select the shoulder group and a second shoulder group, you can drag it inside the chest curve like that. There you go. See? Boom. And then look at that now. Now the whole thing is also following this way. So it's interesting, right? Let's save that. So that's what I want you to do. Just make sure that it's parented like that. And then we're going to have to sort out another issue. But again, let me know if you have any questions.
All right, what did you do right now?
I put
Did
the
you do
hip
anything?
controllers
Yeah, beside
inside.
that.
What do you mean? The hips and chest, like this.
Yeah, okay. I thought you did anything after that.
No, I didn't do anything else.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so what now? Now now we have this issue that when we select this belly is behaving weird, right? So let me show you something in Maya. So in Maya, you can create a, like, you can make like a cube. And you can make a, I don't know, cone. And you can make a platonic solid. Why not? There you go, right? So if you select your platonic solid and your cube, and then the cone, you can go constrain parent. And now this cone is constrained to both platonic solid and the cube. What does it mean? That means that when I move this guy, I'm going to have this kind of thing going on. When I move this guy, I'm going to have this thing going on. See what I mean? So that's a nice behavior. It would be nice if we have something like that for our spine. The only thing is that if you want to adjust the middle, and then if you move any of the outer ones, it's just going to snap back. It's just how the constraint are working. It just doesn't seem to respect what you did with it. Snaps back because it's connected. It makes sense, right? Resets itself. So what you have to do is basically make that cone smaller. And then you can make another cone. And that cone, you can grab it and parent it under the small cone. And you can zero it out inside that small cone. And now you're going to have this. When you adjust this cone, it's going to stay adjusted. You know what I mean? Because it's parented. So that's how you do it. So this one's just kind of like an invisible offset group. Does that make sense? So we want to build something like that for our spine controllers. No, it doesn't.
No.
We basically want to make sure that our spine behaves like this, where you have this kind of thing that you can move the front and the back, and this stays in the middle.
Yeah, and there's like an offset between them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we're
didn't understand how you did it, but I understand the concept.
Yeah, so that's good because that's all we need to do. Okay. Someone's talking. Oh, that's something else. Okay. So how do we transfer that to our controllers? Basically, we need to do the same thing. So we're going to select this hip controller and the chest controller, and then we need to select the belly controller and go constrain parent, right? And it's working, right? But as soon as I adjust my belly, it resets. See? So it's not working properly. So this belly is constrained now. Yeah, go ahead.
I have one question. Does the order of selecting them matter? Like you have to.
Yes. So
Okay.
the last thing you select is always going to be the driven or the child. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. But the problem here is that we constrain this control directly, which means it has incoming connections. So animator can't animate it now because it has the blue channels on it. Never a control should never have blue channels. So we need to solve it. So how do we do it?
Show one more time. Can you show the order of the selection and the parent?
But don't do it because it's wrong.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just watch. Okay.
Basically, the first one, the second one, and then the third one, right?
Okay.
But look, so I constrain this control. It's not working. I'm going to delete that constraint. So I can open it up, select that constraint, and just delete it. Okay. So what I should do instead of using the control, I should use the small cone. The small cone in this case is the offset group. So look at that. I select this, I select that, then I click on this offset group for the belly. And here you need to click with control, otherwise it's going to highlight the whole thing. My eyes do it this way. Here is shift, here is control. I don't know why. Constrain parent, and now we constrain this belly group to the, if you select that belly group, you'll see it's constrained both to the hip and the chest, see? And so now, this is following, and this is following. And if you need to adjust it, you can adjust it, but it's still following. You see what I mean? So that's what we're going for. And you can now zero it out. So try it. This, then that, and constrain parent. Okay.
Okay. And then what's the step after that?
Constrain parent, and then you can just see if it works.
Moving the chest, belly works. Oh, it does reset as soon as you move the hip.
Exactly. Which is why you need to be constraining the group, not the control. Okay.
So you select the groups and so you like delete the constraints now? Or something?
Yeah. So delete from the belly, but look, you select the hip, the chest, and then the belly group.
Okay, you select those two controls and then the belly group and then you do the
Yeah.
constraint.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me
That's what you
delete
do,
that.
and then it will be perfect.
Okay. Select.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I was doing reverse. Then the belly group.
Yeah.
And then parent constraint.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah, all good.
Okay, cool.
Hi. For some reason, the joints are made detached from the ribbon as I'm trying to readjust the hierarchy. So now my joints does not work anymore, nor does my belly control, hip control, or chest control work.
Why
So-
would you do that? Don't do that.
Well-
If it was working before, why would you break it?
It was working, so I decided to continue with the lesson. And then it stopped working because I continued with the lesson.
Okay, well, you always have the videos to fall back on, and you can always undo, right?
Well, I can't undo because undoing doesn't even work on this one.
All right, so it sounds like you have some kind of a cycle. You have
Yes,
the yellow warning, cycle, whatever.
well, it's not really a cycle. It's just that like the joints broke from the ribbon, even though they were on the ribbon before. So maybe just show me again how like the joints are like, connected to the ribbon. Maybe that'll fix it. How is the
I
joints
feel
connected
like
to
you
the
might
ribbon
need to reopen your earlier file and try again. Because
Oh, my
sometimes
earlier file got screwed over too for some reason.
Okay,
I think
sounds
Maya
like
is
you're having a sounds
I
like
think
you're
Maya
having
had
a
magic.
bad. Yeah, save often. That's my advice to you. Another
Oh.
thing is,
There
Yeah.
is more than like 20 save files now just for this one rig.
yeah. So that happens when you're working, and then you just go to the earlier version and try again. That's what we do. But now, So what's your question?
How do I connect the joint to the ribbon again?
Join to the ribbon. Well, the hair.
Yes.
Remember? Do you have the follicles?
Yes, my follicles is still working, fortunately.
Okay, so I have a feeling that maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so go to your follicles.
Okay.
Select the follicle, shift click on the
Okay.
joint right next to it. Does the
Okay.
joint is blue or not?
My follicle and shift click to the joint next to it. Why
the
did Windows
follicle?
pop up? Yes, yes, I did both. Okay, I selected the follicle and the joint next
First
to
the
it.
follicle, then the joint, and go constrain parent.
Oh, the follicles are working fine. It's the bigger joints, the joint that connects back to the ribbing. Those are not working anymore. The big, yeah, that one, the big joint. Yeah.
Why do you mean? What do you mean they're not working?
Like when I pull them, they just leave. They don't
Yeah,
drag anything
because
along with them.
okay, so it sounds like you did something where you probably constrained the big one to the small one, not the small one to the big one. That's why.
Okay.
Because that's going to cause a cycle. So if you do the wrong order, like first you select the driver, then the driven. Does that make sense? But
Right.
if you do the reverse, there's going to be a cycle because then your spine is supposed to be driven by the big joints. But your big joints are being driven by the spine, and the spine is being driven by the joints, and your Maya goes crazy because it can never solve it. It's going to go into infinity. So check this
It's a
out.
paradox.
Yeah, so if you do, like, if you select the small joint and the big joint, and if you constrain it now, then you're going to get this cycle. And then you move something, and then you're going to, you see what I mean?
Yes, yes. Well,
Yeah,
the
that's
constraint
not
was
fun.
working before, but
Yeah, but basically you just need to undo your constraint from somewhere. So like maybe just redo the big joints. And when you are constraining, first you select the big joint, then the small joint, not the opposite. The order of selection is super important. You
all
get
right.
that? I say
Well-
just delete the big joint, do them again, and constrain.
Constraint. All right.
You can do it. I have confidence.
Well, that worked, but now there's a even weirder problem.
Yeah, so you can solve it. Try it. Ask your classmates, and I will see you guys in 15 minutes. And if you still
All right.
haven't solved it, I'm gonna take over. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.